Brexit. We are nearing the endgame on Brexit, with the 29 March 2019 deadline for the UK to agree divorce terms with the European Union approaching very soon. What many analysts are just coming to realize, however, is that in the UK, the debate is only partly about Brexit. The debate is even more about which party and which person will lead the UK post-Brexit and into the 2020s. Prime Minister Theresa May had to pull a parliamentary vote on the deal that she had negotiated with the EU because it was clear it was going to go down to a massive defeat, with 100 of her own Conservative Party colleagues ready to vote no because they wanted a harder and more severe break with the EU, and all of the Labour Party was ready to vote no, partly because they never wanted to leave the EU, but even more because they wanted to embarrass Prime Minister May. Now, after Prime Minister May pulled the vote on the Brexit deal, she faced a no-confidence vote as the leader of her own party, the Conservatives. In reality, though, this vote was partially a face-saving gesture that Prime Minister May orchestrated for the 100 or so members of her own party that wanted a hard Brexit. They got to register their dissatisfaction with Prime Minister May by voting against her. Yet under Conservative Party rules, now that she won the no-confidence vote, she's going to be the leader, under Conservative Party rules, Prime Minister May cannot be challenged with another no-confidence vote for at least a full year. So she got a hall pass for a full year, but to get that, she had to promise ahead of the vote that she would not lead the Conservatives into the next election, whenever it might occur, and that's the question mark. It's the Labour Party's objective to force new elections as soon as they can, and they're using the Brexit chaos as their wedge. The Democratic Union Party of Northern Ireland provides the Conservatives with the 10 votes they need to have a majority in Parliament and to govern the country. Labour wants to encourage the Democratic Union Party to defect and bring down the Conservative government, which would result in brand new elections. Labour would then hope to win those elections. Now, if they won, Labour would go to the European Union and negotiate a softer Brexit deal than the one Prime Minister May has on the table, and with a majority in Parliament, they'd vote it through. There's a couple of problems with this scenario. One is that it depends on the Democratic Union Party cooperating to bring down the Conservative government, and they do not necessarily want to go to that extreme path. The second problem is that we don't know what the hard Brexit members of the Conservative Party are going to do now. Having had their chance to depose Prime Minister May, it's just not clear whether they're going to back her deal or risk elections and hand the reins of government to Labour and Jeremy Corbyn. They've got a tough choice to make, and we don't know what they're going to choose. Now, what seems to be the least likely scenario is another referendum. Many analysts have focused on solid reasoning that it is obvious that a new referendum would reverse the vote and allow the UK to remain in the EU. Well, it's not obvious. If one appreciates the long-standing animosity that the English have, not necessarily the other parts of the UK, but the animosity the English have against the continent, and especially the French and Germans, well, they just might vote the same way and leave the EU. The Brexit soap opera will have several more exciting episodes in the first quarter of 2019. Stay tuned. I'm Blue Putnam, Chief Economist, CME Group.